the prospect will feel that. They will feel that they're nothing more than a sale to you. Okay? And that's probably the most dangerous thing you can do, especially with an aggregate lead, because these aggregate leads are also getting that feeling from all these other frustrated agents. And so instead of following and joining that group of frustrated agents, we have a time where we can capitalize on this and be the one that stands out. And be the one that says, oh, hey, you know what? Before I begin, I'm just gonna help you save some time. I'm gonna ask a few basic questions. It's gonna let me know if I can move forward with the call. The only way that I can help you is if I can benefit you. If I can, I'll complete the call. If not, I'll save you some time and point you in the right direction. Very powerful. No other lender is doing that. No other aggregate loan officer is doing that. Whether they're inexperienced or they're going straight in for the sale because they're whores. You know, they say, oh yeah, I got 2.5, no closer all day. But it's some dude in his boxer shorts working out of his attic of his house, and his fucking lender is fucking shit, right? But because we took the time to find out the emotional tie, we have a little bit more glue, we have a little bit more loyalty from the client, we have a little bit more interest to react to our requests, like, hey, I need all these steps in by end of day tomorrow. And where negative emotion can be counterproductive is when you bring in that momentum and then you start getting combative, right? Like you got Mr. Patel. And hey, Mr. Patel, my name is Daniel. Before I give you anything, what's your rate? You know what I'm talking about, right? You get that, and it's so easy to be like, oh, this motherfucker, right? Like, god damn it. And I used to sit, by Phil Martinelli. If you guys know who Phil Martinelli is, Albert. I'm sorry, not Albert, but I forgot his name, dude. The manager in Arizona, George Albertson. He, I sat by them, and I was very aggressive on the phone. My team even gets calls from my past clients, like, yeah, I dealt with Daniel. I'd rather not deal with him again because I was too aggressive. But guess what? I got that business, right? There's a way to be aggressive and a time to be aggressive and a method to it. And I'll cover that in other trainings, but I would get very aggressive. I'd be very emotional because emotion is very important in sales. You have to convey emotion. You have to transfer emotion in sales. And if you want to make sure that it's working in your advantage, you have to understand that they don't give a fuck about you, your client, your prospect. They don't care about you. They don't care about how bad of a day you've had. They don't care that you didn't get to sleep in. They don't care about that. They just care about what can you do for them right now, and can you give them the best. And they have to be under the impression that we can. And that's why it's effective saying, perfect, I can help you, right? They need to hear that. Whereas I've heard on the floor, right from the very beginning, hey, my name is Daniel, what's your goal? Oh, you know what, sounds like you're at a good rate, yeah, go ahead and you don't need to do a refinance, all right, have an awesome day, move on, or hang up the phone, like, fuck, none of these leads work. It's because you never gave time to find out if that person needs help. Right? And so if you can take away from that and understand that it's not rate, it's not payment, these people actually just need something. They need, most of the time it's because they're unhappy with how much money is left in their bank account. That is very emotional, and that's one of the reasons why emotion plays a role in us, in our day-to-day, is because we are unhappy of what's left after our expenses are paid. Does that make sense? So it's what pushes everyone. It's what pushes people to work second jobs. It's what pushes people to argue. It's what pushes people to fucking divorce, is the tie to money. And what we sell is money. We sell solutions on how to create cash flow. So we're fucking valuable. But the problem is that they'll never notice how valuable you are if you just fucking pay attention to the rate. Oh yeah, 3.5, you're okay. I can't help you fucking create a solution. There's no way I can help fucking change your life because you got a 3.5. Fuck your 3.5. I'm gonna show you exactly how to fucking change your life. You gotta go in with that confidence, right? I'm gonna get creative, and if it gets down to the point where I'm only saving you $20 on a streamlined refinance, I'm going to see what you can do with the deferred payment. I'm going to see I'm gonna go through your credit report, even though I don't give a fuck about your DTI. I'm gonna go over your credit report and ask you, okay, you got this Visa, this MasterCard, total balance is about $2,000, and this is among 3 cards. How much are you paying on this card? $50. How much are you paying on that card? $50. How much on this card? $50. Got it. So you got about $2,000 in debt, you're paying $150 per month. When I defer your payment and get you some of the escrow refund, you could wipe that out. Now I'm saving you $170. Does that make sense? Not $20. And so I covered that on the last one, but I would just want to point it out that, you know, it's not just the rate. And I think that that's a benefit that a lot of us may be missing on the floor, is that these borrowers forget that they defer payment. And you'll be amazed how many people will do a refinance just to defer a payment. Just because they get X amount of money, perfect time for summer, right? And you always give them the illusion and say, hey, you know what, you can use that money, you can put it right in the bank. I mean, you told me in the conversation, you only have $500 after your bills are left over. That's your average balance. I'm going to increase that $500 bank account or balance to $3,500. And you can just let it sit. They like to hear that, but the likelihood of them taking it, spending it on frivolous things is really what's gonna happen. But they just like the advice and say, hey, you're gonna have like $4 grand in your bank. You can let it sit, you can do whatever you like to it. You know, at least you got now cushion.